and it'd be sitting there on the shelf. So I sip uh, I sip very easy on my hard to get bottles. All right, don't want to jump ahead. I'll see it first. I mean, that is just a beautiful spirit in the glass. I'm glad I've got the Magpie crew here in the background for you. I got some college football going on. West Virginia and Houston, and they tied up right before halftime. And I've been rooting for Vanderbilt because I hate Texas, but I think Texas is probably be better to win this game as far as A&M is concerned. But anyway, so back to this. You get these nice warm amber hues with maybe some hints of copper in it. It's just a beautiful glass in the spirit. It's got great legs. It's hanging on the glass very well. The nose is rich and complex. You don't get a lot of alcohol burn out of it. Even 93 proof. That's nothing to sneeze at. But it's still not quite up to 100, But I get lots of vanilla bean and like honey and honeycomb. Maybe some baked apples in there with, it's got a little bit of baking spice in it. Some orange zest. Just a hint of like seasoned or aged oak and maybe a little bit of light clove. And then there's just a touch of rye spice that just kind of tickles your olfactory senses in there, just to kind of give it a little extra structure. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and take a sip. It's a wonderful day. Wonderful day. The first sip just delivers that Blanton's kind of signature silkiness. You get some caramel and brown sugar that kind of glide forward, followed by some toasted oak. There's some cinnamon, maybe a little bit of faint tobacco in there. Mid-palate, you get warmth from the rye. It adds a little bit of vibrancy uh, without overpowering the sweetness. There's some hints of nutmeg, dried fruit, a little bit of charred oak kind of lingers around in there. Uh, each barrel of Blanton's has its own kind of signature fingerprint, and that's when you're talking about single barrel, that means the distillery did not dump multiple barrels into a bin and then bottle out of that. They took one barrel and they bottled every bottle they could get out of that one barrel, single barrel. And so that means that everyone is just slightly different. For instance, this one was stored in warehouse H, Rick number 60. So that's where it was in the warehouse, the big racks that they hold the barrels on is Ricks. And this was barrel 1953. So this barrel will be different than 1054. In I don't know, Rick 32, because these Ricks, they're big, tall buildings, and they'll have about 4 or 5 or maybe even more levels, and each level will have the Rick on it. And so the higher you get up in the warehouse, hot air rises, warm air descends. So the hot air drifts to the top, and that imparts different flavors and different aromas in the spirit. You wouldn't think it makes a lot of difference, but it does. It's amazing. The finish is long, it's warm, it's satisfying. Uh, you get notes of like vanilla custard, SMU's holding their own against Miami. You get some pepper and some oak. There may be some whiffs of kind of dark chocolate in there. It's elegant without being like overbearing, um, and it really sets the stage for the cigar that's going to follow. That's a great segue, isn't it? Hey, I've been doing this 5 years. I've learned a little something. The Ashton VSG, that is Virgin Sun Grown. The binder and filler are aged Dominican tobaccos from the Dominican Republic, and it is wrapped in a beautiful Ecuadorian sun-grown Sumatra. That is a Sumatra leaf that is grown in Ecuador in the sun. So uh, this is a Pegasus. This is about 5 by 50 on the ring gauge. Um, Visually, it's a beautiful cigar. Uh, it's it's kind of a dark chocolate kind of brown. Um, um, it's got tight but visible seams. It's got minimal to moderate veining. Most of them are very slight. There are a couple that are a little bit pronounced. Maybe right there, you can see there's actually two there. So, uh, excuse me, didn't mean to do that. It's got kind of an oily sheen to it. Looks like there could be a little bit of tooth in it, um, but it does show he's just expert in quality craftsmanship, and it has a very nice double cap. Um, Now on the nose, I get some really good notes of cedar and espresso, maybe a little bit of black pepper in there, and that kind of goes together to make a really good combination of aromas on the nose. Um, there's also some hints of leather, maybe a little bit of darker wood, something along the lines of walnut or mahogany. All right, go ahead and cut it, give it a little bit of cold draw, and then we're going to fire this puppy up. All right. On the cold draw, I get black pepper and some cedar, a little bit of like coffee bean, and maybe some nice hints of like raisin. It's great, great cigar. Love it. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Hey, we're 13 minutes in and we're already lighting. That cheap single torch is showing why it's cheap. That's a really great cigar. It's smooth, silky, it's not harsh. It's got great craftsmanship, and I'm a terrible lighter. You would think I'd be better, but generally I'm drinking when I'm lighting. So anyway, all right, where are we at? I get some really good notes of pepper and a nice kind of woody oakiness. Um, there's a little bit of floral in there, um, and some nice baking spice notes. Um, maybe some cocoa. Mm. All right, I'm gonna try them together. Wow, I was really surprised there. Um, the cigar, when I took a sip, it actually enhanced the sweetness of the spirit. Um, I'm sorry, I got a text from my youngest, so I had to stop and read it. Um, it actually enhanced the sweetness of the spirit, uh, which really kind of melded things together very, very well. You've got a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of cocoa and some leather and some wood and some pepper, and they just all kind of melded together there with the spirit. And I was kind of shocked. It, I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Um, yeah, we're just going to see how this thing goes here. And as you can tell, there is copious amounts of smoke coming off this stick. It's a good one. It's still not burning the way I want it to. I'm pretty sure it's me. All right, one more time here. And look at this. The smoke's still hanging in the glass. Love that. Doesn't mean anything, but I love it. And it's my experience, right? So you may not want to do that but I guarantee you, after I've done it, you'll do it at least once just to see what it does. It's just the way it is. You'll get to thinking about it and you'll be like, I don't want to do that. Ah, to hell with it. I'll try it one time. And then before you know it, you'll be doing it every time. I'm starting a trend. I'm a trendsetter. I'm an influencer. If you're influenced by me, you're in trouble. they they said at work, I won't say where I work, but anyway, it's like a big brother. And so they sent this email out and said, hey, here's this, we got some training coming up, and here's this personality uh, quiz you can take and kind of tell you where your personality is. And so I texted or Teams message all of my team, and I'm like, yeah, they don't want me taking that. It was like the other day, we had this safety training, and I was asked what steps I would take in case of a fire. And apparently, fucking big ones was not the right answer. you know, back to business. That's what you're here for. Um, Together, these two they form a really good kinship. The bourbons, kind of caramel and vanilla, kind of soften the peppery opening of the cigar, um, and it kind of creates a almost like a seamless transition between sweet and spicy. Um, yeah, so far this is an excellent pairing. I'm very impressed. I mean, there's just when you throw out two things there are certain ones that you throw out and you're like, yeah, that's going to be good, And there's some you're like, this is a bit of a stretch, but I'm going to give it a try. This was closer to I think this is going to go good together. And it really is going better than I thought. So, while I'm doing it, I'm going to tilt this down just a little bit more. Yeah, see, there we go, right there. Wrong hand, right there. American flag, Sticks-n-Stonez. You need one of these shirts. Go to the Amazon store. You need one. You really do. You got the American flag on it. It says Sticks-n-Stonez underneath it. So you support America, support Sticks-n-Stonez on the back. It's got a soldier in desert camo and a Bible verse, Isaiah 6:8. And the Lord said, who shall I send and who shall go for us? And I said, here, my Lord, send me. If you got a patriot or a veteran in your family, they need that shirt. Comes in all different colors, good for men or women. I got everything from black to pink. Fits it all. So, but this is college football season. I have to have something to fill up the time here. And Lainey Wilson, I love her. She's great. Never even really thought about her being a country music star when I saw her on Yellowstone, and then I figured out, oh wait a minute, yeah, she's pretty big and has exploded since then. But anyway, back to college football. My A&M Aggies are they got a week off to rest. It's coming at a really good time. We got 4 games left in the season. I have tickets for one of them. We got 3 SEC games, always tough games. Doesn't matter who you play in, doesn't matter what your record is. SEC is tough game. Next Saturday is Missouri, at Missouri. They lost their quarterback, but it's still going to be a tough game. You're in their house. Then we got South Carolina at home, and then we got Samford. I think they're out of South Carolina. And as a matter of fact, I think I know somebody that used to play on their basketball team. I think he's playing pro in Europe now. Peace, brother. Yeah, he's pretty good. He actually did summer league for the Grizzlies last summer, maybe, or maybe it's summer before that. So he's a really good shooter. Anyway, and then we rounded out with Texas Longhorns. I hate them. They were talking on College Game Day a few weeks ago at A&M, and Pat was he was like, yeah, he's like, he said there are teams that they have rivals. He said, but A&M has gone to the nth degree with their hatred for the Longhorns. Their entire fight song is about the Longhorns and how much they hate them. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Saw varsity's horns off. But I would love to see them get beat by Vanderbilt. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. And actually, like I said earlier, I think it's going to be better for us in the long run. I don't know that we will beat them. They played very good ball last week, and they're playing very good ball today. But they're not 8-0 or 7-0. Not 7-0. We are. I know we'll win Samford. There's better than 50-50 chance that we'll win both Missouri and South Carolina, especially with South Carolina at our house. It's just that Texas game at the end. And if we can pull that though, oh dude, I'd throw a flag on him. Now, Ohio State and Indiana will more than likely both be undefeated. They don't have to play each other. So all they have to do is win the games that they've got left, and they're pretty much dominating their conference. And then, who's the other the three of us, who's the other 9 teams in the 12-team playoff. It's looking like we'll play if everything goes the way it's going right now. And I have to be excited for this. I can't believe he dropped that pass. You have to be excited for this season. We're 7-0. Every time the haters have said, well, if you win X game, then we'll believe, and then they don't believe. It's like, oh, you're never going to beat Notre Dame. Beat Notre Dame. You're never going to win. You're not going to win in the SEC. You're not going to win an SEC game. So then we rolled off like 3 SEC wins in a row. Well, you're not going to be able to win at SEC on the road, and we won at SEC on the road. It's just everything that comes up. We've taken it down. We're playing very good ball. We're playing very disciplined ball, except for the second quarter of last week. We lost focus. He came out of halftime like uber focused. Yeah. Elk put the fear of God into them at halftime. They came out doing what they need to do. And I'm like, we need to do that for 4 quarters. We can do that for the next 16 quarters. We're golden. And just to be in the playoffs in his second year. Last year, by the end of the season, people were wanting him fired, and he'd only been on the job for 8 months. Like, you got to give him at least a couple of years to kind of get his people in, get his system in, and get these boys where they will play together. And he did okay last year. This year, you're seeing more of what he can do. Oh, offsides. Dude, and he pushed him hard, too. Sark at him over there on the sidelines. You son of a bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Hey, if y'all didn't see I posted a little video for Halloween. It was the video I actually had Grok make a picture for me. Nice looking guy, the hair and a pinstripe suit. He's sitting in a really like plush, like leather kind of library kind of area. He's got a glass of scotch with an ice ball or whiskey, whatever, sitting there with an ice ball in it. He's got a cigar in his mouth and it's drifting up. So then I'm like, Grok, make me a video like that. So he does. And the guy like takes a cigar out of his mouth and he puts it down by the glass and it morphs into a bottle of whiskey, and then he pours and then he sets it down. And I was like, that's great. Halloween came up and I'm like, Rock, can you take this video and have him morph into Count Dracula? And he did it. That's all I said. Can you have the man in this video morph into Count Dracula? And he did. And I posted a happy Halloween. I thought it was really cool. Go look that up. Damn. Vanderbilt is punting again. I'm telling you, they've been playing some good ball. I don't want to watch them, though. Penn State and Ohio State, I don't think that one's much better. Rutgers and Illinois, I may have to check in on that one. What time is it? Okay, I got a little while left. No, you're not having trouble with this. You bastard. You bastard. Too many people watching, I guess. Oh, 70-14. Penn State's going to make it a game. It would be funny as hell if Ohio State lost this weekend. Sorry, Brandon. That's my future son-in-law. Ohio State's going to score again. Right there. Yeah, it's 24-14. Well, 23-14, but All right. Beautiful stacks of nice white ash. Burns a little wavy, not bad. Got, a couple of dips in it here and there. But this is a very, very enjoyable cigar. We're getting close to the half. I'll give you a little update here in a minute as I've been contemplating while I'm talking. I can multitask, even though my wife says I can't. still producing just some copious amounts of smoke. Oh, this is a great smoke producer, but it's not a smoke monster. It won't just like smoke you out. Yeah, it's been a pretty good year for college football. But just overall, not just because my team's undefeated. Because I know at any of the next 3 out of 4 games they could lose. Could lose. But it's all going to come down to their play. They got one of the best defenses in the league, or in college football. And yeah, I think we'll match up really well against Texas. And Arch Manning with Texas. He's kind of he's a little banged up. It's a commercial. AT&T Business that had some of the people from The Office on it. And I'm like, there's probably a lot of people under the age of 30 that may not have any idea who these people are. I love The Office. It's one of those shows that, while it was technically kind of a continuing show, you could watch it at any moment and just be entertained. I don't like shows I have to keep up with. I grew up with, MASH and Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley and A-Team and all that. And you didn't have to watch last week's episode to know what was going on this week. I don't like this stuff. I lose interest. We've been watching Wednesday, the Addams Family series thing, and I love it. I do. We're in the second season. I can't remember. It's been, I think we're 2 or 3 episodes behind. I lose interest. I may go back and watch it again later, but Scott, I hope you're talking about me, buddy. Epic setup. Hey, I got a like. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, I can see I got a comment over here. Hang on just a second. Oh, yeah. 325 air. Yeah, man. This is a great cigar. This is a great cigar. Because I can't answer you on my personal account. I mean, on my Sticks-n-Stonez account, but I can on my personal account. So you betcha. I'm not high speed enough to be able to do all that stuff. I operate this thing on my iPhone because my laptop computer is a piece of crap. I need to get a new one. But oh, wait a minute. Shit. Where'd I go? I lost myself. Oh, no. Anyway, I'll work on that. Afraid it's going to fall in my lap any minute. So I kind of lean forward. Mm. As we've gotten here closer to the half, I'll segue. I'll get back to that in a minute. Both have kind of deepened a little bit. The Blanton's kind of rye and oak seem to align pretty perfectly with the cigar's leather and espresso type notes. They kind of have this shared oak and earthy tones that really kind of harmonize together. And then that kind of touch of honey and citrus in the Blantons really kind of just brightens up the cigar's more, like darker edges. It's really great. Yeah, this is there I am. All right, I'm back. Uh, Yeah, it's a very good pairing. I'm like I said, I thought it would be a good pairing, but I'm very surprised. It's been excellent. Hush, hush. My dogs are actually being quiet for once. I will occasionally post pictures or videos of our little rescue. He's I say little. He's like 50 pounds now. He's probably going to be about 65 or so. Uh, but then we've got our older. She'll be 6 in April. Our silver lab. But Desi, the little rescue, he's a moron. I mean, in a good way. I'm not being. I'm not down talking him. He's cute as he can be. He's handsome. He looks like a blonde lab, but there's not a speck of lab in him that they could find in the genetic thing. He's 50% golden retriever, so that's where his blonde color comes from, and then he's 15% poodle. So I've said this before. I explained this before on other episodes. Uh, so they believe that his mother was probably a golden doodle. She was probably a breeder that accidentally had a mistake with a mutt, and so he ended up with what we got. So uh, after poodle, he's got somewhere between 7 and 15% of German Shepherd, Cocker Spaniel, Boxer, and then the rest of it is super mutt. They have no idea. Could be anything. But so he's got his hair is only about like that long, which is about what Sadie's is. She's, like I said, she's an AKC lab, but he sheds. He's 55 pounds, 50 pounds, somewhere right in there. Sadie is 90, maybe 95 during the summer. Uh, and he sheds as much in a week as she does in a month. I mean, it is just dust bunnies floating everywhere. We have nothing but tile floors downstairs. And oh yeah, I mean, there is just hair everywhere. And you're like, how can this dog? He's got long, thin legs, slender body, and he's kind of got the golden retriever face. He's got the lab-looking ears. You're like, where does all this hair come from? I'm afraid I'm gonna wake up one day and he's gonna be bald. Hmm. Did they throw a flag on that one? Hmm. I don't know. That was awfully hard push. I know there's some people that will kind of, you know, down talk Blantons. And it's, a lot of it is because there's been so much hype over it and it's been, you know, so sought after for so long. It's really a good spirit. It really is. Buffalo Trace is those that don't know, Buffalo Trace is this the distillery, and they do most of the stuff that is so hard to get. Uh, they produce Blantons, they produce E.H. Taylor, I believe they produce Stag, and of course, the unicorn, the Van Winkle line, Pappy Van Winkle, that's theirs too. And like I've seen bottles of Pappy Van Winkle going for like 5 digits and a comma in it. And I'm like, no, not me. I'm not doing that right now. Well, I actually have a bottle in the little box that it came in. It's the most expensive spirit that I've ever owned. I didn't buy it; somebody gave it to me. It was a gift. Uh, and it was about $250 for the bottle. The bottle's empty. I drank it. It took me a long time to drink it because I just drank, like this one. I just drink a little bit at a time of the really, it's like if you own a Lamborghini or a Bentley or something like that, and you don't get it out and drive it to the grocery store. You know, I worked for a company in Memphis years ago that the president of one of the subsidiaries was loaded. He had a yacht down in Florida, and he owned a Lamborghini, and he would drive the Lamborghini to work on sunny days. And generally, when the guy with the mobile car wash that would come around to our office, and if you wanted your car washed and detailed, he'd do it. He'd drive it. That guy detail it, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to worry about that with me. I generally don't get too far past Ford or Chevy or Dodge, Ram. My wife owns an Infinity, and that's about, yeah, I won't ever own anything like that. Not because I wouldn't like to. I ain't spending the money on it. The way I look at it, a car is an asset that declines in value unless it's, again, Lamborghini or something like that. And then really, I have stocks that, as far as a percentage return, I'm getting a whole lot better return on my money than buying a car. So that truck right now, Chevy Silverado, it's like the lowest you can get before you get to work truck. It's a custom. Uh, it's got the computer screen, Sirius XM and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't have navigation. Plug your phone in. That's your navigation. No sunroof. Doesn't have leather interior. It's a really nice truck. It's comfortable. It rides well. I love it. And I actually got it. A buddy of mine over at D&M Leasing. Um, he rounded it up for me when I was trading my Jeep truck in, and he found it. It was they'd used it as a courtesy vehicle, just loaning out to people. Had like 5,000 miles on it. They were selling it as new. The warranty started from the mile that I picked it up, and I got like $7,000 or $8,000 off the list on it. I got it for like $35,000. That's me. I grew up in Arkansas. First wife was a brand person. The first luxury car she got was a Lexus, and she said, "I'll never own a regular vehicle again." I said, "First wife, yeah." Now I've got the forever wife, number two. She's a keeper. So I'll say this, since we got a little bit of time here. All right, I was married to the first wife for way too long, about 23 years too long. And that was, we were married like 21 or 22. Where I really finally decided there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to make this better. This is never going to be, never going to be happy here. Uh, I had a new stone put in her wedding ring. A friend of mine that owned, oh wow, that was a great pass. Uh, the guy I knew owned his own jewelry store. He had the stone. He called me and he said, "Hey, I got this stone. I don't know if you wanted it." I took it in trade for some work I did on the guy for the ring that it was in. He gave me the stone in exchange, and I'll sell it to you for what I got in it. It was like $4,800. All right, I'll take it. And this is probably the best I've ever been able to do with ash not falling off. I may just move my ashtray right over here in front of me, so maybe it won't fall on me, because I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna see how it does. Um, and so it took me a little while, to get paid for it, and then I had to put in the ring and everything. She puts it on her finger. The gold is not even warm on her hand yet, and she says, "Now if I just have a diamond bezel for my Rolex, I'll be set." She had a Rolex, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to fill that hole up. So the second time, I married for love, not lust. That's some good information for those of you that are not married. Don't marry for love. I mean, don't marry for lust. Marry for love. There's a difference. You need to know it. I did have one person that a friend of mine that I had known for 20 something years when I got divorced. That they said, you need to learn to live with yourself before you can live with someone else. And that was true. And I went out and I found somebody that was what I wanted and needed. So, you get some really good information in this little thing I got going on here. I give you all kinds of great advice. Oh, whew, two flags on that one. Pass interference. Um, yeah, this is probably the best piece of advice I can give you. Once you let crazy into your life, you are going to play hell getting it back out again. So you need to recognize crazy. And on that, I think I'm going to have to get just a wee more, just a wee drop. Not too much. We are almost there. 45 minutes. Man, we're doing great. That's probably one thing. I was just thinking about that as I was taking a puff off this. And that is holding the smoke in your mouth until you get the cigar out. Because if you start blowing and you blow through the cigar, there's always a chance of knocking that off. I tend to do that a lot. I'll puff and then I'll take another puff and take the cigar out of my mouth. But that first puff, I do kind of blow through the cigar a little bit. Bad habit. That's it right there. Yeah. In the news, uh, man, is Europe on fire or what? Europe's burning. I saw a video of London today. It was like smoky and hazy, trash everywhere. There's been all kinds of, well, in Ireland, the Irish, they have revolted. They were like turning over police cars and setting them on fire and all kinds of stuff. The native Irish have had it with all this like unfettered immigration stuff because teenage girls are getting raped and turned into prostitutes and strung out on drugs. And it's because these guys like take them off the street. It's not like that they did it willingly. Yeah. But then you come over here and you got people over here marching in support of, yep, another touchdown. Yeah, it looks like the Penn State, Ohio State is getting out of control here too. Go back to Vanderbilt in Texas. See how bad that is. See, you can sit and watch me and you catch up on the games. If there's one you want to know about, just let me know. I'll try and look it up. So, cannot go wrong with Ashton VSG. A, B. Wouldn't even think after the nights we've had there didn't even be any around. It's been down in the 40s. This is like the first year where we set out last night. Last night was Halloween. We set out on the front driveway to hand out, candy to all the little trick or treaters. And I even said to my wife, I'm like, yeah, this is like the first time in a couple of years that Halloween has actually felt like Halloween. It's cool. It's just a little bit crisp, just a little bit. She was a little cold and I was perfectly fine. And people walking up and down the street like it's hocus pocus, that's what I think of when I think of Halloween. Not sitting out there in shorts and a t-shirt going, damn, it's hot. Will these kids hurry up? I'm normally, as you can imagine, like the most popular house on the street because I hand out mini bottles to the parents. Like, hey, you got a trick or treat too. Here, have some bourbon. You think about it, you may have 3 dozen families in a night. Now, there may be a whole group of kids in this family, but and you spend dollar, $2 on some little mini bottles of bourbon, some vodka for the ladies, or rum, coconut rum. They love that. Uh, some of them love the whiskey too. I'm not being not being sexist or nothing, but generally they prefer my wife. Other than apple crown or something like that, crown. Usually it's the crowns: apple crown, blackberry crown, caramel crown. She'll drink that. Other than that, it's got to be clear. And I'm like, well, PGA is clear, Everclear, clear. So, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, they're like, yes, got to get through the rest of this walk. They love it. Another little word of advice there. So you get all kinds of advice here. This is not just a cigar and spirit show. This is a lifestyle show. You learn all kinds of stuff here. You want to be the most popular house on the street, have a pool, and hand out mini bottles on Halloween. We'll see what the score is. They were on commercial at Texas and Vandy. I was hoping Vandy to at least keep it close, but it wasn't looking like it. It's 31-10. Ooh, well, he got shot. No, 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 no. Don't drop him. Mm, it's good looking ash right there. Good looking ash. It's a nice ash. I don't want to tap it. I mean, sometimes you do have to tap a little ash, though. I think Texas Tech plays Oklahoma today. Oklahoma, I had a lot of hopes for them, but man, they've looked terrible. They looked really bad on the well, now they call it the Red River rivalry. It's not the Red River rivalry; it's the Red River shootout. We can't use the shootout word. No, hey, it's Texas. You can use that word. It's like the only people in Texas that don't own guns are the ones that moved here from California. So, hmm, yeah, 5 minutes pass interference. Oh shit! All right, it's like all right, give up on that one. Go back to Miami and SMU. That's been the only really like close game so far. We're getting there. We're almost done. Man, just in time too. Yeah, almost halfway through the third quarter. And number 10, Miami, is up by 3 points, 17-14 on SMU. It's actually a pretty good game. Other than A&M, I don't like runaway games. If A&M's going to blow somebody, I'm like, yeah. But all the other ones, I want to see like a really good game. It's like, I even not even one of those where it's like it ends up being like 49-42, but just a close game. If you score that much, well, that you do. But generally, when you have one where the scores are in the 20s and 30s, those have been really good, balanced offensive, defensive games. I like that. It's entertaining. If it's just nothing but touchdown after touchdown, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna turn on something else. But I'm going to enjoy being back down at College Station again. I'm going to go eat at the Dixie Chicken. Going to enjoy myself. Swing by Aggieland Outfitters and the Aggieland Warehouse, Aggie Warehouse, whatever it's called down there. Always got to pick up some Aggie gear while I'm down there. Now, two youngers, my two littles are still in high school. I've got one junior and one sophomore, and the junior, she might get into A&M first try. Uh, she may have to be a provisional student if she is just got to go to A&M, which I would love for her too. Uh, her grades are okay, and I mean okay by getting into A&M standards. Uh, she's like A's and high B's. Um, she took the PSAT, and she wouldn't have met the kind of the score that you really need to get in. She'd need to come up about 100, 150 points. But she can do. The sophomore took it too. She scored a little higher. Bastard. Hell out of here. Uh, uh, she will not have any problems. She'll get in. But if the middle one, if she wants to get in, she might have to do a provisional where she, our older daughter, she did this. She had to go to summer school down there at like a community college that they have. She took 2 classes, and they said if you make B's on these 2 classes, then you get in the fall at A&M as a full student. And so she went down there. She did the 2 classes. She made her grades. She got in. That's probably what that middle daughter will have to do. The younger daughter is almost a savant. She does have to kind of work at it a little bit, but she is exceptionally intelligent. And I don't think she'll have any problems. So she wants to be a veterinarian. And if you want to be a veterinarian, A&M is the best veterinary program in the country. Well, it's like this. A&M, agriculture and mechanical, right? That's how the college started. And we actually have a program down there in barbecue. Can't make this stuff up. It's not a degree. It's like a certificate kind of program. But yeah, you go down to barbecue. Penn State has one on ice cream. So, each his own. All right. We're right down at the band. We're at 55, 56 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up so we don't hit 60. I really appreciate all of you hanging with me today. Still got a bunch of people showing up on there. I am so happy. In this last half, it really hit its stride. I was just talking and, enjoying myself. Ash still has not dropped off. The bourbon's residual sweetness really rounded out the cigar's more intense profile. And it kind of left a really balanced, almost like afterglow of cedar and caramel and cocoa and spice, where nothing really dominates the other. They all kind of converge, like seasoned partners, like they were always meant there to get along. This pairing really kind of captures balance through power and elegance. Blanton single barrels, honeyed oak, and baking spices really just kind of weave almost effortlessly into the Ashton VSG's leather and espresso and cedar core. It's a really luxurious experience. If you haven't tried it, you really should. Enjoy it slowly. We're at 57, almost 58 minutes. After dinner, maybe a ball game on, a little light jazz, where you can really let the bourbon and the cigar tell their story. Overall, I think this was a perfect match. I would give it 98 out of 100, A plus. You can't go wrong. If you can get a hold of a bottle of Blanton single barrel and Ashton VSG, definitely need to try them out. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, all the whistles. Go to the Amazon store, Sticks-n-Stonez. Get you a Sticks-n-Stonez t-shirt. You'll enjoy it. I love mine. I wear it. People ask me about it. You need to. Be sure to stay tuned. I'll post all week long, but I'll have another great pairing next weekend. So until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.